A stomach for change. You could swear the corn servant was beaming at the sight of you. Corn servant. So we meet again. You're looking well, my friend. Unfortunately, there is at least one Jabral here who is not well, and so I am come to offer them succor and sustenance. Alas, my words yet lack the strength to reach them. Might I prevail upon you to help them in my stead? They are right this way. There is something peculiar about the growl of his stomach that troubles me. Hungry Jabral. Say, you're the companion of the third promise, aren't you? I have heard tell of your great strength and valor. Though I aspire to do great things much like you, I fear I've not the stomach for it. Quite literally, in fact. My family is constantly telling me I must eat meat if I'm to build my strength, but my stomach protests every attempt. I simply cannot digest it. Corn servant. A sensitive stomach, is it? What he requires is something filling and nutritious, yet suitable for a delicate constitution. I need but take a generous helping of my corn, raise it to a gentle boil, and there. This corn porridge should do nicely. Hungry Jabral. A porridge made from corn? Even my stomach should be able to handle such a dish, and it looks quite delicious. Thank you. Everyone was so insistent that I find a way to consume meat. I never gave thought to alternatives to build up my strength. You've given me much to think about. corn servant. It is well that his stomach is amenable to my corn-based cuisine. How vexing it must be, struggling to eat food, knowing full well it disagrees with you, and ultimately having little to show for your efforts. But by adjusting his diet, he may yet find his own path. That it should be potentially paved with corn makes it all the sweeter, I say. Speaking of paths, I must follow mine elsewhere, for the clarion call of hungry bellies beckons once more. Stay well and stay fed. Praying mantises. Ral Tiukuk has an infestation on his hands. Is that thunder outside? Ooh. Ral Tiuk Uk Tiuk Tiuk Uk Tiuk Uk. You're one of Wuklamat's companions, aren't you? Stout of arm, fierce of mien. Yes, I think you might be just the person I'm looking for to take care of a little pest problem. Since the storm raged through these parts, we've seen a marked increase in the number of ill-tempered mantises. If left unchecked, they could prove a threat to the forest's natural balance. Normally I'd send a group of our own to take care of them, but we're short-handed at the moment. I reckon you could do the culling of a pair of hunters though. So, I'll ask you to rid us of 2 of these nuisances. You can find them to the south of our village. And good luck, though I doubt you need it. Though you may be tempted to slaughter them all, 2 should be enough to keep their numbers in check. Kill. Ral Tiuk Uk, you're back, and much quicker than I thought you'd be. You've made a difference today, even if you can't tell at a glance. Those things are ravenous, and mindlessly engulf smaller prey to sate their bottomless hunger. Normally larger animals would keep their numbers in check, but there are far fewer predators stalking the woods since the storm. This has given the mantises a chance to flourish, but at the expense of everything else. Of course, the natural inclination of living things is to reproduce, but nature rests on a delicate balance. Maintaining that balance is only one of a hunter's duties. Today you helped us restore a small bit of harmony to the forest, and I hope you gained a deeper understanding of our relationship to the land we call home. I'm honored to have worked with one of Uklamat's own. Living so deep in the forest, we are dependent on its blessings to survive. We try to never forget the debt of gratitude we owe, and strive to live in harmony with our surroundings. The Crimson Cenote. The concerned villager anxiously awaits the return of her friend. Oh, hello. You look like you can handle yourself. Please, if you can spare a moment, I desperately need your help. You see, one of my friends said he was going fishing in a cenote, but hasn't come back for some time. While the right cenote can be quite bountiful, they naturally attract all sorts of hungry beasts. I'm worried something terrible has happened. I don't know which one he went to, but I'll ask that you search Ikraj Soli to the east of the dirigible landing. I have another one in mind for myself. Hopefully he'll be at one of them. Kinda far, man. Novice Fisher, I owe you my life. Although I guess some of that debt is owed to my friend for sending such a strong fighter. Either way, we'd best leave before the scent of blood attracts even more creatures. Speak with me again at Ikbraj. I owe you my life, and make no mistake. Concerned villager, thank you for saving my friend. If you had arrived even a moment later, I shudder to think what would have happened. Novice Fisher, I'm sorry I caused all this fuss. I was just fantasizing about all the fish I'd bring home, and forgot there's a reason they call that the Crimson Cenote. I suppose you might not have heard the legends behind that name, eh, traveler? They're grim, and make no mistake. It's said that during the war with the Mamulja, the cenote used to be a burial place for our fallen. There are also stories of desperate people diving in to avoid capture by the enemy. In both cases, the monstrous fish in Ikraj Soli feasted, and its waters would be stained red. Sometimes it's easy to forget the lessons our stories teach us, but there's a reason they persist. I won't go fishing again without a proper escort. You have my word on that. Hunters with bite. The grizzled hunter seeks a stout arm to help teach a lasting lesson. Grizzled Hunter. Why, if it isn't Everay? The forest blesses me, for I need a mighty warrior to help keep my recruits sharp. And who better to do that than one of the Third Promise's retinue? Their training is due to start in Jimun Ojao to the south. If you're ready and willing to show off your skills to a few eager hunters, we'll be awaiting you there. Where are the other hunters? Grizzled Hunter. Welcome, Everay. It's good you came. I was beginning to worry my Vought, Sarrel, Braj would become bored, and bored prey makes for boring sports. Is that surprise I sense? What else did you expect? Some in the Brethren of Braj train the beasts of our namesake to fight alongside them. Me, for one. Now go on, show these kittens what a real fighter is made of. I don't expect any quarter from you. Cool. Wow. Strong hit. Oh. Grizzled Hunter. Well, they lasted longer than I expected, at least. Nothing's a better teacher than bitter defeat, eh? I'll mend their hurts later, don't worry. The only lasting wounds will be to their ego. Now, you probably have better things to do than humor an old man and his pets. Let's get back to Ikbraj, and we'll see about getting you paid for your efforts. There you are, Ray. Thank you for giving me a bit of your time today. The techniques we use to tame the forest's beasts have been passed down through generations among the Jabral. You can imagine they were of great use to us during our war with the Mumulja. Even during these peaceful times, having a few animals at our beck and call makes our daily hunting all the easier. Of course, we don't need as many as before, so many of our companions were released back into the wilds. Even so, I can't let the knowledge of my forebears die with me. In quiet times as well, I must sharpen their fangs. That being said, my Braj seem less and less keen to face intelligent foes, but I'm content to just have them hunt by my side. I may have tamed them, but that doesn't change their nature. Still, I reckon we all learned something from you today, even me. You deserve this reward for helping me keep my own fangs keen. Getting to the bottom of things. The hopeful swimmer is searching for someone with lungs of legend. Oh, hello. Did you come here to take a dip in the waters too? If you're as strong a swimmer as you look, there's something I'd like your help with. What you see before you is a soli, or cenote, as they're more commonly known, and it's far more vast than it appears from the surface. I've even heard that some are connected by underwater tunnels. This one is called Yak T'el, and stories say that long ago, a swimmer with lungs like a fish made it all the way to a cenote to the northwest, but no one since has been able to swim that far. Apparently, he left a sack of coins at the bottom of the cenote to mark his arrival. If you think you're his equal, maybe you could retrieve it? I've been dying to know if the legend is true. No one's ever been able to make that legendary swim except the legend himself. Bring those coins back here and we'll know if his reputation is deserved. Interesting. Cool. Talazioli. Waterlogged coin purse. Ooh. Cool. No sightseeing log? That's pretty neat. Hopeful swimmer, you're back. I tried to hold my breath until you returned, but that didn't last long. Anyways, did you find the coins? Waterlogged coin purse. Although the coins within are corroded and rusty, what markings remain identify them as Pelu Pelu currency. They were really there? So the two cenotes were actually connected? Looks like it. I didn't actually go up to the surface. Looks like it. So it's true. I tried swimming the tunnels myself once, but I had to turn back once I felt the water fill my lungs. Seeing you in action was truly inspiring. You know, I've even heard tell that some cenotes connect to the salt. I didn't believe it at first, but now it's not hard to imagine such a thing. Alright, my mind's made up. I'll be one of the first to reach the salt through a cenote. Who's going to be brave enough to find the coins I leave behind, eh? Rest in peace. To forge in the forest. Wuktzon is missing an apprentice and needs you to go and find him. Greetings, traveler. If you aren't in a hurry to get to your destination, I have a situation on my hands that I need some help resolving. One of my apprentices is away on a job, but they've been gone for longer than usual. He might just be taking his time with the task, but I'd like you to check on him just in case. As much as I'd like to go myself, I have to keep an eye over the foundry. Could you do this for me? I sent him to the western region of Shimunhojao, and assuming he followed my directions, you should be able to find him there. It usually doesn't take this long. Go and find him, please. Princess Artisan. What do you want from me? What? Wuktzon sent you? You shouldn't be surprised I've been gone so long. He's the one who gave me all this work. I can't even see the end of it. Say, maybe you could help me. I meant to spread this insect repellent around the trees, but if I did it myself, I'd be here till tomorrow. I'll take this area. Why don't you cover the trees to the southeast? I know you probably didn't come here to get your hands sticky, but I'm counting on you. Spread the insecticide on the trees to the southeast. With any luck, we'll be done before Son thinks I run off. Seems like I'm doing the majority of the work here. Insect repellent. A potent insect repellent developed by the artisans of the Fanged Foundry. How nice that they didn't put a casting time animation. Apprentice artisan. This went much faster with 2 pairs of hands, and I thank you. I'm done here, so I think we can safely say that the forest is safe from hungry pests. You might be wondering why blacksmiths would care about the health of the trees, but you have to remember that weapons are made of more than just steel. Wood's a vital part of every one, and the Fanged Foundry is in charge of all the green you see from one end of the Ut-Olmu horizon to the other. If we let the insects have their way, we wouldn't have a single usable haft or bow to our names. Haft or bow. That's why an apprentice's most important duty is applying fresh coats of repellent from time to time. Any road, there's no more work to be done here, so I'd best get back to that worry wart. Be seeing you, traveler. Son. There you are. My apprentice told me you helped him with his work. He didn't need to, but I thank you all the same. I suppose now you know why he was out there in the first place. Now, we don't delegate that task to apprentices because we think we're above it. Spending time among the materials they'll be using gives them the knowledge to choose the right ones for the job. This goes for wood and ore both. That's why we do our work here, in the midst of nature's bounty. Few artisans can boast of having such intimate knowledge of their materials as the Jabral. That being said, perhaps I gave the lad too much to do this time around. Seems even I still have much to learn, eh? Now go ahead and take this. A fair reward for fair work. Weapons and armor aren't only for war. We need to protect ourselves while hunting, so as long as we live among these boughs, our work won't end. Jaj Ilik. Fangs are sharp, but delicate. In skilled hands, they can cut as well as any blade, but they'll soon break if not maintained properly. Watching the watchtowers. Zhaj Ogao needs someone to mend the mistake of a forgetful apprentice. You there, keen to do a good deed? I need to get a delivery to one of my apprentices, and none of my own are free to handle the task. We maintain the dirigibles in these parts, but my crew is also in charge of making sure the watchtowers are in top shape. Since the Great Storm, we've had to take special care to ensure they stay upright. I asked one of my new recruits to do a round of the towers, but he forgot to take his damned supplies. Hasn't been the first time either. Any road. There are 3 towers spread across Ut'omu horizon, and doubtless the lad is near one of them. It'll be a bit of a trek, but who doesn't like a bit of fresh air, eh? Go find the lad and give him the supplies he needs to do his work. He should be near one of the 3 towers overlooking the area. Stupid idiot. What was that? There isn't a soul to be seen, but the dirt nearby has been recently disturbed. There is no one in sight, but you see fresh footprints following the road heading south. Oh. Absent-minded engineer. You're looking for someone from the dirigible crew? Well, I'm someone from the dirigible crew, as luck would have it. Did you need something from me? Watchtower repair supplies. These supplies are used to repair and maintain the watchtowers dotting the Ut'omu horizon. Ut'omu horizon. Ut'omu. Supplies from the old man? Damn, I forgot them again. I haven't had a reason to use them yet, so I didn't even notice they were missing. Thank you for coming all the way out here. I don't have any coin to give you, but I know a few things an outsider wouldn't. For instance, this tower is called the Night Stalker's Shadow, and was built so we could keep an eye on the Mamulja in the valley below. It used to be garrisoned by warriors, but these days hunters use it to get a lay of the land and sight potential prey. But I don't care about all that. I'm just here for the view. I joined the dirigible crew in the first place so I could spend my days under the open sky, and coming to this tower is always the high point of my day. That being said, I still have to do my work if I want to stay on Zhaj Ogao's good side, especially after forgetting those supplies again. I won't return until this tower is as good as new. It'll make the view all the sweeter. The supplies will help me make this tower as good as the day it was built. Tell the old man I won't be back until my work is perfect. Zhaj Ogao. There you are. Hope you didn't have to go from one end of the horizon to the other in your search. He's a good lad, but I always say he doesn't need to ride a dirigible on account of his head already being in the clouds. But when he can focus, his work is solid, and I can't deny he loves the dirigibles as much as any of us. He even has the potential to take over for me in time, if he can stop being so careless. But enough about that. I'm sure you're eager for your reward, eh? Take this, and if you ever want to behold the forest in all its beauty, you're welcome to take a voyage into the skies. So the Yellow found its way through those dire straits, eh? I wish I could do more, but I'll have to be satisfied maintaining the air routes. People and their goods are always in need of reliable transport, after all. Sick day. The airsick Pelu Pelu needs someone to walk where he cannot. You there. I have work for you, if you'll take it. I'll pay you, of course. Quite well. I need you to collect 2 samples. Equipment from Yak at the Fanged Foundry, and fabric from Bol Inen at Ikbraj. I can't go myself, as you can see. The damn dirigible shook like a bucking alpaca with every gust of wind. One step and I'm... Ugh. Once you have the samples, bring them here. I only hope I can survive to see them. Molinen, you're here on behalf of the merchant. He wanted fabric samples, if I recall. I have them ready, so you can deliver them to him directly. Also, be sure to pass on my apologies that I could not meet the vast quantity he requested. We are a self-sufficient people, you see, and do not produce goods with a mind to sell them en masse. Still, I hope what I've provided meets with his satisfaction. Be well. I do hope the quality of the fabric makes up for the relatively small quantity. You're here in that merchant's stead? Well, it's all the same to me, so go ahead and take this equipment, modeled after that used by the Landsguard. I reckon it'll suffice for his samples. And you tell him something for me. Tell him that he's ordering too much. This place wasn't intended to make more than is needed by Ikbraj. That being said, I'm confident that what I'm giving him is of the highest quality. Well, go on then. And don't you forget to deliver my message. You have what you need. Now I'm sure you're eager to get paid. You're sick, Pelu Pelu. Oh, there you are. I'm feeling much better, in case you were wondering. So did you bring the samples? I'll have you know, I intend to count every last one of them. Handcrafted equipment. These equipment samples were crafted by the artisans of the Fanged Foundry. Gibral fabric. Its vibrant fabric was woven with care in Ikbraj. Ah, beautiful. Thank you for helping this deal go smoothly. As for the quantities, well, it's unfortunate, but I'll take what I can. and I do still intend to count them, you can be sure. Goods from Ikraj are usually acquired through negotiations with the Jabral. We can only purchase small amounts, and they're usually brought all the way from the village. Their equipment is sturdy and reliable enough for hunters and soldiers alike, and their fabrics are light, breathable, and stylish. Any tribe would buy these, and in amounts approaching quadruple digits. So that's why I added a few more zeros to my order numbers this time. Alas, it seems I'll have to revisit my plans for mass production after I return to Tuliolo. Speaking of which, there's still time until the dirigible departs. I suppose I should take a walk over solid ground while I can, and try not to think of my return voyage. Once again, thank you for aiding in a profitable deal. Not as profitable as I had hoped, mind you, but you still deserve this for your efforts. Reminders of the past. The unnerved hunter appears too frightened to move. You travel with Wuklamat, don't you? That means you must be strong. As strong as what I need right about now. These ruins tend to attract wild beasts, so we send out regular patrols to check them from time to time. But as soon as I got here, I was overwhelmed. I managed to fight them off and escape, but my weapons broke in the struggle. I can't hope to finish my patrol now, unless I want to end up as some fiend's lunch. I hate to shirk my duty like this, but I have no choice but to ask you to patrol the area in my stead. Those things might still be lurking about. If you find them, I reckon you know what to do. I'm helpless without my weapons. Please, patrol the area in my stead, and be vigilant for any remaining fiends. You sense no hostile presences nearby. You sense no hostile presences nearby. Unnerved hunter. You're back. I heard the sounds of battle, but all seems quiet now. Thank you. You wouldn't think it to see the ruins now, but this place used to be a vibrant village of gatherers. They took their bounty from the verdant nature around them. But they weren't a fighting people, and as our conflict with the Momolja escalated, one by one they chose to find safety elsewhere, until their home was abandoned completely. Ilyon Aso means scars that remain, and this place is a scar we all bear. We keep the old buildings here as a reminder of the toll war exacts on us all, so that we don't repeat the mistakes of the past. Well, I'd better report to the hunters that all is well. Here, please accept this token of my gratitude. Oh, I'm low in space. More space than I have to accept these rewards. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's go deal with this. Can I buy any type of material from any vendor? Let's see. Probably not. Success. I can. Beautiful. Wish I knew this earlier. Okay, that will do. Yeah, that'll do. Two hearts aflutter. Linelja would like to ask a favor of you. Oh, how fortuitous that we should meet. For you, who have heralded the winds of change for all Mamook, I have a favor to ask. There are butterflies near Cenote Jayunja that glow a soft blue. Not the giant beasts, but rather small flittering creatures, swift and clever. Catching them may prove more taxing than you anticipate, but I would be eternally grateful if you could bring me 3. Would you be so kind as to catch me 3 butterflies from Cenote Jayunja? The small ones, mind, not the larger beasts. Ah, man, it's kind of far. I feel like I should break my rule of picking up more than one quest at a time, but nah. Hey, an A rank. Linalja, were you able to find the butterflies? Jayunja butterfly, a delicate insect that glows with gentle luminance. The very ones! We release a flutter of these during the exchange of matrimonial vows to celebrate a couple's new journey together. Cenote Jayunja in particular is regarded as sacred. The butterflies that live there are thus prized above all for such ceremonies. They say the contrasting wings, when pressed together in rest, embody the joining of two lovers from different clans and the everlasting devotion between them. No symbol could be more auspicious, especially when delivered by the hands that have borne new possibility to our city. You and the Third Promise have done more for us than you will ever know. These butterflies are sure to bring every happiness to the couple they bless. If I'm allowed, I intend to learn everything I can from now on. I only hope my newfound knowledge can help set my sister Himilja's heart at ease. Himilja, they say things have to be different, but we're busy enough just trying to get by. How are we supposed to change without any guidance? Carved in stone, Kurolcha is eager to teach you about blessed siblings. You're part of the Third Promise's retinue, aren't you? I was glad to hear you express an interest in our ways. Perhaps you'd be interested in learning more about our culture. I could teach you if you'd like. The statue behind me holds great cultural significance to our people. Feel free to ask about anything that catches your interest. The statue behind me represents much and more about Mamuk. Take a look from over there, and I'll explain whatever you're curious about. Flag and ornaments. We celebrate the birth of healthy, blessed siblings with a new flag. Our hope is to replace the flag before it becomes too tattered. Redhead. The head on your left represents Hubigo lineage. You can see a warrior's fierceness in its expression. The color red symbolizes the sun, and by extension, the land which blessed siblings must claim for their people. The head on your right represents Buniwa blood. Its serene expression shows the wisdom of a sage, and the color blue symbolizes both this forest and a vow to protect it. In conclusion, this statue symbolizes the heart of Mamuk, down to the stone it was carved from, the very stone left by the Yokui who ruled these lands long ago. Our predecessors reimagined the structures abandoned here and built the city you see today, creating a future all their own. Unlike their descendants, now shackled to a past, land, and practice that have poisoned Mamuk's prospects. I wonder if we are truly capable of change. But no, as our ancestors found their way, so will we. As we seek to discover what we might yet become, I pray you never forget all that Mamuk once was. Our beliefs about the two heads may have been mistaken, but it would also be a mistake to erase that part of our past. Every detail of the hopes we bore and the sins we committed must be passed down, lest we forget their lessons. Proper respects. This man is giving a statue special attention. Gotilja. Hey you, outsider. You've been a Mamook for some time now, but have you paid the proper respects yet? The spirits of our greatest warriors inhabit the guardian statues you see throughout the city. Fail to demonstrate your goodwill, and they're likely to brand you an enemy of the people. You ought to make an offering before that happens. Go and bring me some of the Hubigo leaf and Bunewan bramble that grows nearby. I'll even mark your map with where to find them. They're easiest to spot where the light grows brightest. Where the light grows brightest? Even an outsider like you couldn't miss them. You mean glow? I guess grow makes sense. A little bit. Yeah, it can make sense. Even an outsider like you couldn't miss them. Racist. Do I really need to explain again? Go and fetch some Hubigo leaf and Bunewa bramble from the spot I marked on your map. Even outsiders should be capable of that much. I'll show you what I'm capable of. Gotilja. Well, did you find the right flora? Hubigo leaf. This magenta weed emits a sweet yet bitter aroma. Bunewa bramble. This turquoise weed emits a clear, refreshing aroma. Good. With this, we make offerings of incense to the respective Hubigo and Bunewa statues. There was a time when we offered food, but scarcity from the war drove many to risk our guardian's ire, or but an extra mouthful. Some of the more devout went so far as to lace offerings with poison to punish thieves. Of course, this only quickened the seeds of mistrust amongst our people until the reigning autarch declared that only smoke should be offered thereon. I underestimated you, outsider. In exchange for your efforts, I will personally ensure that your incense burns upon the plinths of our heroes, and your name is remembered as friend of Mamook. We no longer look to the old teachings for guidance, but we aren't alone, for the spirits of the brave warriors which rest within these statues will always watch over us. Seek the sun. This timid lady looks to you imploringly. Timid lady, please sir, you have to stop my husband. Ever since the autarch declared an end to blessed siblings, my husband has been overcome with grief. When I worked this morning, he was nowhere to be found. A neighbor saw him heading to Cenote Jayunja, but I am too weak to follow him. Please, stop him from crossing the cenote. Find him and tell him to seek the sun. He'll remember himself, I'm sure. I can't lose my husband. Not after. Please, stranger. Find him and tell him to seek the sun. He was seen headed towards Cenote Jayunja. Ah, back once again. We. Despondent man. You're the third promises. Leave me be. I'm going to meet them. They're calling for me. Ever since we decided to abandon our teachings, I've been able to hear them. Their young, bright voices, calling me to the sky deep cenote. Wait for me, little ones. Father is coming. How do you know that phrase? My wife? Of course. In Mamuk, the faithful tell each other to seek the sun during our darkest moments, as a reminder not to become discouraged, to look up to the light that awaits us in the forests above. Now my wife would have me lift my head again. I must return to Mamuk. I need to speak with her. Mamuk. Mamuk. Timid lady. My husband arrived home safely. Thank you, stranger. Thank you. I'm sure you noticed, but our union was arranged in accordance with the old teachings. After everything we gave and everything we lost, the news that it would amount to nothing was too much for my husband to bear. The children he might have reared still haunt him, as they do me. It is mourning we must endure together as partners. I hope we can now, at least, put our grief to words. Yikes. Spirit's call. Murielja looks shaken. I'd be wary of entering the forests right now if I were you. There's something strange on the loose out there. I saw it with my own eyes. It had an otherworldly look to it, more spirit-like than anything. But when it motioned for me to follow it deeper into the trees, that's when I knew it meant trouble. I encountered it north of Goldmajik Grove, and west of the Blue Eyes abode. I wouldn't suggest following it, but if curiosity gets the better of you, let me know what you discover. I saw that spirit-like creature north of Goldmajik Grove and west of the Blue Eyes abode. If you discover anything, let me know. Is there anyone in this guy's house? Hey, he's here. Captain Ram. I was planning on hanging up me boots for good after the rite of succession, but I reckon I'll keep an eye on things for a time. I promised me old friend that much. Cool. Mysterious spirit. This must be the mysterious spirit Mirilja. Mirilja spoke of. It seems to be searching for someone to follow it. Yes. The mysterious spirit stops, seemingly at its destination. Perhaps it will speak with you now. The spirit says nothing, its gaze fixed upon the bottom of the cenote. Something must be down there. The spirit's gaze is fixed upon the bottom of the cenote. Perhaps it seeks something hidden down there. Suspicious shrub. Shrub. From the suspicious shrub you pull a jade ring, smeared with mud and marked with age. Someone must have dropped it. You no longer feel the mysterious spirit's presence. You should tell me, Rulja, when you discovered it. Me, Rulja. Mirilja. You didn't really follow that spirit, did you? Did you learn anything? Jade ring. An old piece of jewelry carved from dull green stone. Why? This is the ring my grandfather lost. He used to live in Mojutural Zuj before the village was abandoned. To this day, he remains devoted to the old teachings, including those regarding blessed siblings. He still makes customary offerings of traditional dance by the same cenote, too. Perhaps he inadvertently called that spirit forth? Regardless, I'm sure he'll be happy to have his ring back. Thank you, stranger. Not even we can claim to know everything about the forest. It's not rare to encounter creatures we've never seen before, and we're cautioned against going near the more fantastical ones. Secret of sweetness. Kishulja is short of hands and would like to borrow yours. You look like you're not afraid of a little manual labor. We need azure crystals from Cenote Neyozote, but our usual helpers are busy reforming the city. Regardless of what the city does, we've still got a jewel to grow. I'll lend you my hammer, so if you can go and break me 2 chunks of azure crystal, I'd be much obliged. You'll find the crystals we need by the trees of living light. Oh, and don't even think about losing my hammer. It's worth more than you are. Doubt that very much. Would you just hand over a hammer worth more than 474 million gil to a stranger? I think not. Oops, how the hell did I do that? Kishel Jaw's hammer. A tool for chipping off pieces of azure crystal and returning immediately. Come on, man, there's an animation for that. Can't do it. You can do the mining animation on any job in the Island Sanctuary. Kishelja. Did you find the crystals? And I'll be taking my hammer back, please. As your crystal, this blue stone sparkles with mesmerizing beauty. Perfect. Putting these crystals in our reservoir enhances the water's energies, resulting in sweeter Najul. Incidentally, enhanced water also makes the peels glow brighter. Could be the tree of living light's influence. Outsiders can find the glowing peels unnerving, but they do you no harm. We've been eating Najul for centuries without any adverse effects. What's on the inside is more important than appearances anyway. And so long as we have little else to eat, my Najul had better be as delicious as they come. Yummy. The grove will only get busier from here on out, I wager. I'm glad to have new direction, but I worry about whether we have enough hands to achieve our goals. Growing Grove. Cecilja is thinking hard about Gulmajik Grove's future. I'm sorry to trouble you, but could I ask for your help? As Mamuk begins to tread a different path, so should Gulmajik Grove. So I think. Probably. The thing is, I'm not sure. I'd like to hear what hopes the people have for the Grove's future, but I'm afraid they wouldn't be honest if I asked. No one wants to upset the Najul keepers after all. Do you think you could ask around for me? I want to know what our people want from Gulmajik Grove going forward, in all honesty. Considering citizen. Gulmajik Grove? On the one hand, I'd say they should expand their operations, but that would be more difficult than it sounds. Even the smaller trees in this forest are nigh impossible to fell, so clearing more space would be difficult. Not much of a suggestion after all, I'm afraid. Sorry I couldn't be more helpful. To Jolja. If the offer of foreign crops still stands, I think our grove workers should be the ones to cultivate them. Their experience in growing Najul makes them well suited to the job. None know our soil better, And I know they will do us proud. I have high hopes for Golmajik Grove and their role in Mamuk's future. Sonilja. The Grove's future? Well, the Najul they grow are instrumental to our society. Both the fruit and leaves can be used for cooking and trade. So my only thought is that they should keep up the good work and grow lots of Najul. Having plenty of Najul on hand can never be a bad thing. Both the fruit and leaves are useful, after all. And I really want to eat a banana right about now. Banana. Banana. Cecilja. So, what did they say? People really do think about our future. That's heartening to hear. Mamuk's food supply can be a touchy subject. We're not supposed to talk about it, but in times of great shortage, the Autarch trades Najul leaves to Ikbraj in exchange for provisions. Going forward, I want to make sure Mamuk always has plenty to eat. But what piece of advice do you think I should prioritize? Keep growing lots of Najul for both food and trade. Maybe try to expand your operations. Take charge of growing foreign crops when they arrive. There's no need to decide just now. Yeah, I like that idea. I see. By engaging with others, Golmajik Grove can find its own way forward alongside Mamuk. Thank you for helping me. I feel a lot better about the future now. I thought we'd never break the yoke of two-headed supremacy. Thank you for helping the impossible come to pass. Yeah, speaking of impossible to pass. How the hell would giving birth to two heads go? Let's get out. Last two. I'm with Wivre. Mosalja is looking for someone who can fight. You've seen your share of battle, I'd wager. My friend could use the help of someone like you. He should be just south of here. Look for the Dawntrail down on his luck. Head south and you should find my friend. Do what you can to help him. Sure. Worried Wivre handler. Mosalja sent you? Oh, thank goodness. My faithful Wivre was injured on the job recently, so I thought I'd catch him some fly agarics as a treat. To cheer him up, if only a little. Only, there's a reason I never hunt without my trusted Wivre beside me. Those damn pests have been running me up and down the forest all day. Could you capture a couple of fly agarics in my stead? Once you tire them out, trap them in these Najul sacks. You'll find fly agarics south of here. Just make sure they're weak enough before trying to trap them. Oh, I thought they would go into the weakened state. Damn it. Well, they didn't spawn in, so it makes sense. Oh, I thought he dodged it. That would have sucked. Not weak enough? What about now? Worried Weaver Handler. You have the Fly Agorix. Squirming the jewel sack, the monster within struggles in vain against its fate. What a relief! Now my big boy can have something tasty to snack on. The Dopro who can't even care for his Weaver is, well, a laughingstock. Not only are we Dopro, few in number, but we're physically no match for Hubigo, and magically inept compared to Bunewa. That's why our blood was never considered for blessed siblings. So long as we have our Weavers, we have a place beside the others, which is why I want mine to recover as soon as he can. I'd best hurry home and make sure he does. Thank you for your help, stranger. You're welcome. Nostalgia. Found my friend, I take it? I won't say prejudice against Dopro doesn't exist, but so far as I'm concerned, we all have our strengths and weaknesses. Neither Bunewa nor Hubigo can ride Weavers like they do. Regardless, I hope his Weaver recovers soon. I know how much he cares for it. I intend to continue my training here until I can call myself a warrior. Then I'll decide if I want to stay in this forest or step beyond it. Last quest. Age is just a number. FBI, open up. Bladewise Hubigo is eyeing you with interest. You're part of the Third Promise's retinue, aren't you? Not many could stand a chance against Gulul Jaja in combat, shade or not. Being eager for a chance to take the measure of you, the young warriors who once trained here have long since left the forest in search of work, but Whetstone still has plenty of fighting spirit. Sure, we're all getting on in years, but we fought hand to hand with the Gibral during the war. Our scales are stronger than steel. Care to test your mettle against Mamuk's finest? I'll gather my comrades and meet you north of here. When you're ready, come and find us. And once victory's been decided, we'll meet back here. Okay. It's an ambush. Come on, you soft scale. We're not dead yet. Oof, my back. Is that it? My back up? Oh. But I barely got to use my burst. I am unsatisfied. Dissatisfied, even. Bladewise Hubigo, a victory worthy of your accolades, stranger. I only hope my hip makes a full recovery. Whetstone was once a gathering of young blood, eager to sharpen their scales. Ah, to be young again. You've done an admirable job on your own scales, if I do say so myself. Does an old warrior proud. I suppose our time on the field is well and truly done. Now, we must do what we can to pass on our knowledge to those who would learn it. You have my thanks. My comrades and I will learn from our battle, and see that Whetstone hones the scales of many a young warrior to come. Cool. Oh, now this guy's here by himself. Yay, that's everything. Oh, that's another area done. What's left? Solution 9. We'll do that last. Shaloni. And heritage found. Kasulani. So 1, 2, and 3. There is a lot of quests in Shaloni, I think, but not many in her time. Heritage found. Oh, wait. For solution 9, I also have... I guess after solution 9, I have living memory. And that's everything. Cool. GG.